You've read a hard, difficult philosophy book. Maybe it changed how you see your own life. Now imagine finding out its author betrayed the very man who made his career possible, and then joined the party that would kill him. That's not hypothetical. That's Martin Heidegger. In 1927, he published Being and Time, one of the most influential philosophy books of the century. He dedicated it in print to his mentor, Edmund Husserl, in friendship and admiration. Husserl had handed Heidegger his career, personally arranging his succession at Freiburg. His core idea: most of us live inauthentically, drifting on what they do, instead of resolutely choosing who we are. But there's another relationship running underneath this one. In 1924, 18-year-old Hannah Arendt became his student. He was 35, married, and her professor. They began a secret affair, hidden behind coded signals and letters for years. Arendt later became one of the century's great political thinkers. Privately, something else was happening with Husserl too. In letters to colleagues, Heidegger mocked his mentor's ideas behind his back. He once bragged he'd all but demolished Husserl's life's work in his own seminar. Then came 1933. Weimar Germany was collapsing. Hyperinflation, chaos, a society searching for direction. Heidegger, like many conservatives, saw a chance for national renewal. By May, he was elected Rector of Freiburg. 10 days later, he joined the Nazi Party. That same year, he cut off contact with Arendt and with his Jewish colleagues broadly. His inaugural address called on the university to embrace spiritual leadership under the new regime. The assumption of the rectorate is the commitment to the spiritual leadership of this university. Then the betrayal of Husserl deepened. As a rector, Heidegger enforced state decrees that revoked Husserl's university privileges. Husserl, Jewish by ancestry, was stripped of his emeritus status under new racial laws. Days later, Husserl wrote to a friend in anguish, saying Jewish scholars had just been told, by law, they could no longer even call themselves German. That same year, Arendt fled Germany for Paris. This wasn't a stranger's cruelty. This was the man who owed Husserl his entire career. Heidegger said nothing, but the picture isn't simple. He banned a planned student book burning outside the university and prohibited displaying the anti-Jewish Jew notice on campus, even while leading under Nazi banners. So which was he, a true believer or opportunist wearing philosophy as cover? Scholars still argue this today. Some say his ideas about authenticity and belonging to a people gave his politics a philosophical alibi. Others say it was simple ambition dressed up in dense prose. In April 1934, barely a year into the job, Heidegger resigned as rector. But quitting the position wasn't quitting the party. He remained a card-carrying Nazi party member until it was dissolved in 1945. Husserl, isolated and erased from the academic world he built, died in 1938. Heidegger did not attend the funeral. When Being and Time was reissued in 1941, publisher pressure forced the dedication to Husserl off the page, though internal references remained. After the war, Heidegger was banned from teaching during the Nazification. His reputation never fully recovered. In 1950, after 17 years of silence, he and Arendt reconnected. She partially excused him, framing his Nazi turn as the foolish misstep of an unworldly thinker, and defended him until she died. Ironically, Arendt later became famous for a different idea: the banality of evil, how ordinary people commit atrocities through sheer thoughtlessness. For years, Heidegger rarely spoke publicly about his own responsibility, and when he did, he minimized it. Then, in 2014, decades after his death, his private notebooks were published, containing anti-Semitic passages that reopened the entire wound So did his philosophy cause his politics? Or did his politics just happen to a brilliant mind? Even now, serious scholars land on both sides. His ideas still shape philosophy, psychology, even architecture. The thinking didn't stop mattering just because the thinker failed this test. What's not up for debate is simpler. A man who built his whole philosophy around authentic choice made this one, and never fully reckoned with it. That's Heidegger, the philosopher who talked himself into fascism. If a mind this sharp could do this, it's worth asking what any of us could talk ourselves into. Subscribe for more philosophy in 5 minutes or less. See you next video.